when she heard your voice, stood up and gravitated toward the stage, and it penetrated right through a plugged-in guitar.
That was through Tyler's 412s and a Marshall too. Like I was loud that night,
and that's what was most impressive because when you started playing, we're going, "How we're never going to hear her." Then you started singing, we went, and that's real. And the passion you have and the uncomfortableness that you feel right now is why I keep doing it.
Thanks. I love that. Thank you. It's great.
Ask Kevin Holly how that goes. So,
what am I supposed to do? Yes, Stan, you're 100%.
Show us your takes. No. So,
no!
I thought it was a parade.
Take it properly.
You asked. So, the thing is, with that, and then the way the guitar the guitar is part of your system. I've said this before. It's a part of your rib cage. Like, you bleed into that thing. You know what I mean? And you could never move and play that guitar, and we would feel it. Like, it'd be so engaging just because of the passion you emit while you're playing it. Like, you watch Nick Ehas play.
Fuck yeah.
It's a different type of guitar. That might be one of the best guitars I've ever seen.
Word.
Agreed.
Period. Like, I mean, just natural talent, like, just...
Yep.
Like, the other guitarists in the area are going, oh, look at that guy. You know what I mean? But it's a different type of guitar.
Let me say one thing real quick, though. Like, don't sleep on Ryan Gerson. Watch him play that guitar.
If I could sleep on Ryan Gerson, I would.
Don't get me wrong. Of course,
comfy.
Nick is fucking phenomenal. But, like, Ryan, like, you watch him playing that guitar and sing at the same time. That's some next level shit, man.
Ryan Gerson is special in that he's one of those Billy Pratt, like, music guys.
Right.
Music, he understands music. He knows music. The difference is he knows music, and you have to listen to him tell you about it. No, I'm just kidding. Ryan, I love you. No. He can play drums. He loves drums.
Yeah.
Fucking loves playing drums.
I know this.
Yeah, he's a drummer.
If it wasn't for Cool Curses, I wouldn't have a job.
No, there's actually a story there, but
Ryan is just insanely talented all the way around.
Yes.
His vocals are insane.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, and they just keep getting better.
But that's what happens, right?
I know, but like I was telling him this the other day, from the vocals on The Ghost That Sings to this new stuff that he's doing,
Right.
the leap is huge. He's like brought back this like pretty delicateness, or he's brought this pretty delicateness, this like soft and subtle and like emotional and more explosive than he's ever been, all wrapped into this beautiful. Anyways, yes, the vocals.
Okay, so listen real quick.
Well, his guitar tone too, the semi-hollow with the Marshall. Like, it's good.
I don't mean to
Anyway.
stop you, but
Cool Curses,
I'm stopping
fuck.
you for a reason. Is to point out to Ryan, don't tell me how to run my fucking show. I'll ask whatever questions I want to ask. You don't tell me what questions to ask. I'll talk about coming home and fucking later. Anyway, he says, talk about coming home. Don't talk about me. It's relevant because you guys have developed a family, the trifecta.
Yes.
With Murder the Crow, Cruel Curses, which we've discussed. I get now. And it's beautiful. It really is, because when you do bring people in, the dynamic is, it flows well.
Yeah.
You guys get along well. You create a great atmosphere when you're together in general. Not just by yourselves, but throughout the room. And when you start to play with people like that, and you start to play with talented people of that level of talent, do you feel that it grows you as your own talent? Do you feel that like you learn things and pick up things and adjust and grow yourself?
100%. That's one of the things, like, there are people that, like a band like Cruel Curses, that they don't want to play shows with them as much, especially they don't want to follow them ever, because it'll make them look bad, quote unquote. And for us, like, they make us do the best we can every time. And that's one of my favorite parts, minus them as people and getting to see them play live. But my favorite part about playing shows with them is that, man, you got to bring your A fucking game to stand next to that. You know what I mean? And it is inspiring, and it's cool because they're motivating too. And if I ever have questions about how to do something, they share it. If I want input, they share it, you know? But they're not like, here, let me tell you how to do this thing that you're not doing well. Right?
And they don't get off stage and go, match that.
No.
They get off stage and go,
No.
rock this shit.
Yeah,
They
I'm
get off
ready
stage
for...
and go, one up this shit. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, they're not the ones that are going, you can't follow that. They're the
No.
ones that are going, you got this. And that's the whole thing about the whole dynamic in general.
Yeah.
I mean, then there's Murder the Crow. I mean, no.
We love Murder the Crow. They're badass as fuck.
Fuck it, I'm on their CD. I can't be mean to them. But
You're always
They
mean
bribe
to
you
them. What are
to
you
do
talking
that.
about?
mean to you. Fuck it. But I mean, that's why I kind of got into that a little bit, was to lead into that,
Yeah.
sincerely. And like you said, when you first saw them to come into the band, you heard her voice, and that engaged you.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you got over that and saw this, you were like, oh,
Wow,
holy shit,
Yeah,
right?
but, yeah, it's strange, but I mean, I wasn't thinking of, wow, I wish I could be there doing that, like, because they had a drummer at the time, so I wasn't thinking that. But yes, that really impressed, both of them really impressed me.
So, speaking of holy shit, check this out. Let's get back to how y'all met.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you said you literally were seeking out the one you. I know he's out there. I
Yes.
know he's out there. How long ago was this?
Over 12 years now?
Okay, so we didn't have Tinder and bucket. Yeah, right. You had to
It was
do
just
it like,
people
you
I
had to do it
met.
like people.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there was. I could have, but I didn't.
So where'd you meet him?
I was working at a gas station in Spokane, Washington, and he came in.
Was it self-service, or did you have to pump it?
No.
I said that out loud. No, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was working. I think I was working swing shift at the time, and he started coming in, and to me, it was the beautiful boy. This is like his ponytail and his hat, and he was so pretty, and I was like, "There's no way a boy like that would have anything to do with me." But then, eventually, he talked to me and asked me for my number, and then we started going out, and I found out that he lived like a block away from that gas station. And the reason why I saw him there so often is he was coming to buy bottles of water just to see me and get up the nerve to talk
I
to
had
me.
a car full of bottled water, man. Car full of it.
He'd been telling his mom, literally, I'm going to go see my future wife before he had my name.
She laughed at me. Now fucking joke's on her.
What's your name? Aquafina. So all that took place, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And who made the first move?
What you mean, like?
Like, who said, hey, do you want to go to the diner in Spokane, Washington, and eat some scrambled eggs?
Him.
I
Were you nervous as
I
shit?
was out of character there because like I'm the type of guy where like, hey, you got a boyfriend? They say yeah, that's where it ends, and I'm like, peace out. The
Did she have a
girl that
boyfriend?
she's
I
like,
did.
yeah, kinda, and I was like,
Kinda.
Once you get that dealt with, like, let me know because like, you know,
Kind of
I-
means no, bro.
Well, she wasn't happy with the dude. She was
I
with
was
him,
already like, I have to
granted,
break
I'm
up
like,
with
yeah.
him, but he was like one of those people that became super attached really fast, and I knew it was going to be like a process, and it'd been like a week, so I knew it was a process of like, no, not you, and here's why, you know.
And here's why. What's the why?
He was, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I don't want to get into, but like in a week, it
Because
was
he
gross.
is listening.
No, he's not.
He was a D-bag.
How old are you, Amberly?
I'm 33 years old.
So you were just a pup when you met him.
I was just 21.
So you
Like
trained her
just
well.
old enough to work at the gas station.
Yep.
And you guys went as far as to move into a goddamn motorhome.
Yes, sir.
So you can't go to the other side of the house
No.
when you're pissed off. Like you have to go to the local gas station.
I mean, we can, but it's different.
and like that's impressive. That's a long time to be together in that close proximity, and you play in a band together. And you know what I mean. So your only time apart is when you're at work.
That's it.
That's
Right?
what you call codependent.
It's true.
That's what you call impressive. I mean, very, very few. Like he has a hard time living in this house with her. Is that right?
It's the other way around.
Oh, never mind. But I mean, and like we discussed the previous times you were in here, as a partnership, bringing in another member is not an easy task. But you guys face it on a real level where we're going to be tough to deal with. Can you deal with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. Was they literally said to me, "We're not looking for a drummer. We're looking for a bandmate. Like this isn't for next month. We're not just trying to put out a CD. We want a band that's going to be together."
Yeah.
And you said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
No, actually, that's what I'm. Well, and the truth is, when we first decided, well, first of all, they said, look, we're not going to play with you until we get to know you, because we made that mistake before. We played with somebody and they were good, but we didn't get to know them as people. And then, of course, their people came out, and their people was not a good people, and
Word.
it didn't work. So they said, we want to get to know you first.
We just went gangster in this bitch.
We want to get to know you first. And as soon as I heard that, I thought, wow, now that is refreshing to hear that, because then immediately I know they're in for the long term. They are looking for a partner. They're not looking for a hired gun, you know. So, but then there was all kinds of things going in my head, like, wow, this is a married couple. Like, what's that kind of, you know, the dynamic? How is this going to work? And I mean, I don't know if they get along. Yeah, right. You know, and who knows what's going to happen, right? And so the thing that, you know, now that I know them, that's so amazing is, and I've told people this, is it's not like being, because when you're in a band, it's like being in, if you're in a band with 4 people, it's like being in a relationship with 3 other people at the same time. That's literally what it's like.
It says,
It
come
is.
to our RV, little boy, before you play the drums. They have drumsticks in the glove compartment.
No, but seriously, but what I wanted to get at was the fact that it's not like even being in a band with 3 people. It's like being in a band with just one other person.
That's what I'm saying, though.
This is the height
because
of our
they are-
codependency.
Yeah, but see, that's such a beautiful thing, because you know, it just, anytime you add a member, it's another set of problems, it's another attitude, it's another
Schedule.
everything.
And
Less moving parts, yeah.
But this is the reason I've talked to you most of the night, is because they've been here. And so we know the difficulty they've had finding you. You know what I mean? And to know how special a person you must be to be able to fit into this environment means a lot. Because I know
You nailed it.
how special that is.
It is.
And thank you, sir. Thank you for bringing this
Thank you.
dynamic to this band, because they were already great, and you
Wow.
just made it better.
It's,
And we appreciate it. Thank
damn
you.
right.
It's
Seriously.
It's
Are you uncomfortable
absolutely
now?
no. It's absolutely.
I'm working on it. We're gonna get there.
Well, just because, you know, getting the right person. Yeah, you have to have the chop. You have to have the right, you know, playing ability. All those things have to work. But it's about all
Use
the,
your words.
Yeah. All those things have to work, but you also have to, you know, there has to be.
Don't worry, I'm about to cry too, dude. It's not just you. I'm not kidding you. Like, I'm literally about to fucking cry. So let's just stop for a second. It's not like bands. You need a dynamic. Like when any band, I don't care what it is. If you don't have a personal dynamic, I don't care how good of a musician you are. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of it. I've seen great
Gotta have that
musicians in
mojo,
bands.
yeah.
That band didn't work. They went on to another band. Both bands are great. They're still great musicians.
Yeah.
All that being said, Jeff Briggs says, is it true that Tony knows how to fly but doesn't want to show anyone? What the fuck does that mean? Thanks, Jeff, for bringing the show down.
Jeff, don't tell him my secrets. Jeff, stop it.
Dude, if you take off out of this bitch, I swear to God.
Stop it, Jeff.
And I didn't mean to cut you off, but like...
No. What I
could
was just
feel-
going to get at was just that there's serendipity. That's the other thing. It is like a lottery ticket, and that's why the beautiful thing about a band is when, however member, like in our case, there's 3. But it's 4. You know, the sum of the parts
there's
is
Rogie.
greater. There's some of the parts is greater than the individual parts by themselves. There's a synergy. There's something that happens.
Yeah.
And
And
you don't know that until you put the work in and actually see if it's going to happen. You don't know that.
Well, we were nervous too because like we met him, we really liked him, we hung out several times.
Yeah.
But then we knew like, okay, we got to get together, put instruments in our hands, and try it. And we knew. Yeah, I mean, like a couple songs in, I was like, "Fuck
Because
yeah!"
synergy's only half of it.
Right.
Talent's the other half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do still have to hear that and see if you work together well that way.
Yeah.
Which the complication of a band. Think about all those things you have to put together to have a successful, comfortable, good, progressive band.
It's a lot of work.
Absolutely.
It's personal. It's talent. It's time. It's
Luck.
that's a lot, dude.
This motherfucker, this one right here, he drives from Tampa to Winter Haven to practice at least twice a week
during rush hour.
During rush hour.
Still cheaper than
Do you
freaking
know
going
how,
across the
like-
toll bridge in Delaware.
Like, yeah, but like he gives a shit.